Hi, everybody. So sorry about that. It was all my fault. I went over to make sure that one of our moderators was moderating, and I went into YouTube, and then I just left it open and I could hear myself. Anyway, I'm really sorry about that, guys. So Adam said he caught most of the questions. So luckily, you guys, I don't think you'll have to repost your questions, but we'll just start. So I'm sorry about that, you guys. Okay. So, and we'll still have the full hour, even though we're starting late. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. Okay. So why won't Sean Spicer and Kellyanne Conway just resign their phony baloney positions? Why are they making Biden fire them? Okay. Okay. So, all right. So 1 second. And as you know, I appreciate everyone coming in. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Lucianne, for helping. Thank you, Adam. I usually do name checking at the end so we can get right to it. And yeah, so that's the way we do it here. Okay. Okay. So I just heard profiteering. So I feel like maybe they are doing this to like kind of stay relevant. And is one of them running for something? Because I feel like it's to, I haven't heard of them running for anything. So that kind of is weird, but it feels like it's like to get publicity and like interest and money given to them for either maybe just for them but it feels like to run for something or to be relevant for some reason. So I hope that answers the question, but it's for profit. That's what I'm getting, is for profit, to get money, to get attention. Heather says, I think Spicer is running for an office. Okay, so that would make sense. So it's something like that, but it's for profit. It's to hope to get interest and to you know the game, right? This is what they do. So anyway, okay. So why aren't the Democrats fighting back harder? If a lie makes it halfway around the world before the truth can lace up its boots, why are the Dems fighting bootless? Okay, so this has been one of my, Adam hears me say this all the time. Okay, so 1 second. So okay, once again, I'm getting like a lot of things at once, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm getting. So I'm getting there's some strategic things happening behind the scenes that we don't know about yet, or we don't know about. Some of it is so I feel like there's several reasons why it looks this way. So one is that there is stuff being done, but we haven't really seen the fruits of it yet, or we haven't seen what they're actually doing. It will come out, or it will come about later. It's also, they're saying like that we have, whereas the Republicans, and this is always seems like they've kind of been this way, they're very lockstep. They don't have a lot of trouble getting people in line. They may have a couple, like the Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, but most of them will just be lockstep. We have a harder time with that in the Democrats because they have their own opinions and they have their own voice, and it is a little messier, I should say, than the Republicans. So it's harder to speak with one voice. They've done actually more of that recently than they have in a long time. I mean, since Trump, in a long time, right? So there's disagreements about how to go about things, how forceful or not forceful to be, what strategy to use. So and everybody's heard. And so it almost feels like it just takes longer because there's more leeway in who gets to speak and how, and they respect each other and things like that. And that can all be great. But when you're trying to move a mountain, it can be, it can take a while and it can be very frustrating. There's a couple of things I think that are going to happen that are going to help things to really move forward kind of quickly. I want to say one is for the Supreme Court. I had always seen them adding judges. And I hope that's the case, but is what I'm seeing is something with the Supreme Court. So either a couple of people are going to go and they're going to replace them, or they're going to add a couple of judges, 2 or 3 judges. The other thing I'm seeing is the filibuster. I actually think they're going to, I wouldn't say they're going to get rid of it, but they're going to tweak it so that it works in their favor. That's what I got. So I hope that answers some of that. So it's kind of like they are fighting, but it's the way they fight. It's just different, and it takes longer, and it's more frustrating. And that's what I can tell you. And there's also stuff we don't know about yet that's coming down the pike that we don't know about yet. That's going to be will really push things forward. So I hope that answers that. Okay. How does John McCain feel about everything going on? How does he feel about his friend Lindsey Graham? Okay. Okay, well, I'll just tell you what I'm hearing. What I'm getting is he's saying, well, I'm not surprised that some of this stuff is I'm not surprised some of the stuff is happening, is very disappointing. The money. He's saying the money is a problem. The money is the issue. The money's it. They've got to. There's something about all of the money. He's saying it starts and ends with the money. The money. That's what he's saying. This is easy. He's saying this is. And he's showing like money coming in from other countries. So he's saying this is an issue as well. We kind of know this, but he's saying that's it. If you stop that, just the money from certain people, put limits on how much money they can give, how the type of organizations, and he's saying like underground, so that maybe that's the dark money that they keep talking about, but he's saying from the underground, coming in from the underground. If we just did that, he's saying this would be done. This would not be, it would be like that. He's saying like that, it'd be over like that. So that's how he feels. And Lindsey Graham, he's saying my friend, and he's saying he's saying this hurts, that deep down has a good soul, but he's had to hide so much. He's had to lie so much. And because of that, he's lost his way. He's just lost his way. So that's what he's saying about him. Thank you, Susan. So I hope that answers that. Thank you. Thank you, John McCain. Okay. Will Biden's decision to force federal employees to be vaccinated be effective or backfire? Okay. Thank you, Sandra. Very nice of you. Thank you. So I'm hearing it will be very effective. A lot of it just seems like a lot of the thank you, Judy. Thank you very much. A lot of the employees and a lot of people that are interested in working with the government and that work with the government are quite compliant. They're used to a lot of red tape, a lot of rules. Thank you, Cheryl. A lot of jumping through hoops, and this is just another one. So it's almost like they'll be like, okay, you might get some maybe pushback here and there, but it does feel like it's pretty seamless. It goes pretty well. I do feel like there might be a lawsuit, but it's thrown out. So if there is a lawsuit, they're saying it's thrown out. So thank you, Heather. That's what I'm getting for that. I hope that answers that. Will there be any big secrets revealed by Biden opening up the post 9/11 classified documents? I'm hearing where and when, and so I'm feeling like it's individuals. So I think that might be something new. It doesn't feel like it's like a big deal. It just feels like this. Oh, that's new. Or I didn't know that. Or that's interesting. I feel like it's where people were when. Yeah, I feel like it's where people actually were or what they did and when. That's going to be, it just feels like it's kind of surprising and kind of new. Like we weren't told that. And I don't feel like there's anything like groundbreaking. It doesn't feel like there's anything that's like, changes everything. It just feels like there are some little surprises about, Cheney was in the bunker that long, they're just stuff like that. It's like where and when. And it just feels like where individuals, where they were and when, might be a little bit like people might question it or say, well, I wonder why that was, or more kind of like, oh, that's weird, that kind of feeling. So I guess there will be some things that are kind of interesting, but I don't think they're going to be anything groundbreaking. So that we'll have to, have a whole investigation about or anything. It doesn't feel like that. The FBI released new footage of the January 6th pipe bomber. Will they get them after all this time? They will. I've always seen that they get them. What's always been hard for me is trying to pinpoint if it's a man or a woman. And that may seem weird, but it could be that we aren't supposed to know right now. That could be. But I also feel like there's a mixture with their energy, with their, like it could be a male, but very feminine, or a woman, but very masculine. There's some kind of mixture there that it's making it hard for me. Hi, Bam Bam. Thank you, Bam Bam. I appreciate that. That's what it seems like. It just seems like it's kind of like when we find out who it is, there's some kind of mixture there that makes it hard for me, someone like me, who reads feeling and energy and that kind of thing, to decipher if they're male or female, or they're, we're not supposed to know yet. So they're not quite letting me, see that yet, for whatever reason. So I'm feeling like I feel like when we finally find out, it will be either a male who's younger or who's a little more feminine, has a more, just a feminine feel, or a woman who's a little bit more masculine. That's what I'm getting. So, but I've always said I thought they would find this person and get them. I actually feel like there's somebody right now who is, I felt this yesterday. Oh gosh, thank you, Nicole. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I get the feeling that there's somebody that knows them right now, knows who it is, and they're trying to decide if they should say anything. So I feel like if we pray for anything, just pray for that person to have clarity and to know that it's the right thing to tell. Anyway, that's what I feel. So I feel like maybe it could be soon, but I feel like it's going to depend on individuals. So, but I do feel like they'll find this person sooner or later. So, okay. Why does Rand Paul have such an axe to grind with Dr. Fauci? So I just heard a distinguished career. And so I feel like even though Rand Paul seems like he loves himself, which he does, I'm sure he does, but I think it is. And Nicole, I think it is a jealousy issue. I think it's kind of deep-seated or subconscious. I don't know that he's conscious of it that way, but I feel like he feels like Rand Paul has never been appreciated for the genius that he is. And Dr. Fauci has been and will continue to be. And I feel like he's almost trying to sabotage the rest of his career or hurt the rest of his career. But it's out of jealousy. It's out of, and not only jealousy, but out of like, that should have, not that should have been him, but that kind of thing should have been his, that kind of respect, that kind of, he has everybody's ear. That should have been Rand Paul. That's how he feels that his life should have gone. Is he a drinker? Does anybody know if he's a drinker? For entertainment purposes only. I see him drinking heavily. So I don't know what that is about, but I just saw him drinking heavily. So anyway, that's what I think that's about. So I think you're right, Nicole. I think that's it. There's your angel light, you guys. Isn't that weird? That happens every time. Somebody said, yes, he's an alcoholic. Okay. Yeah, he loves a Russian vodka. Exactly, he does. How successful will the Women's March be on October 2nd? The goal is to mobilize and defend women's reproductive rights. Okay. So the question is, how successful will October 2nd be? I just heard historic fight. And so I was pausing to be like, what does that actually mean? But I feel like it in size, it will be historic, but I feel like the energy of it will be different. The energy of it feels like it's going to be like in like a fight, kind of more angry, determined, a different kind of energy than we've seen in some of the rallies with progressives. You know, they're usually quite upbeat and calm, and they have a certain feel about them, and they can have they a lot of times they are very very determined, but this I feel like will have a fight to it. So that's what I got. So a historic fight. So I feel like they're going to know, people are going to know the women are not happy about this. So that's what I'm getting. So isn't that interesting? Okay. Yeah, so just so people know, that light only comes on when I do this. When I do this live, that light does not, it just doesn't do that. It's our security light, but it doesn't shine like that, does it, Adam? It never, yeah, he's shaking his head no. You can't see him, but it's really strange. But every time I do the lives, I feel like, because it does this about halfway through, or when we're almost done, it always comes on. So maybe it will go off this time. I don't know. Usually it just stays there. So it's just angels saying hi to you guys. I mean, they're really just, when I do those videos where I sit back here and I show you the orbs coming in, or the light beings coming in, that's for you guys. I'm showing you how many helpers I have to talk to you guys. So it's about you guys. It's not about, oh, they like me, they really like me. No, they're here for you. So that's what that is. Okay. Speaking of angels, any messages or inspiration from Ruth Bader Ginsburg? We talked to her on another show. I think it was on Debbie's. We did a live on Debbie's last Friday, and she came through. And let me ask. Okay, so there's a few things. She's saying that she doesn't want anyone to worry about what's happening now with Texas. She's saying it will not stand. She's also saying that we have this is what she's saying, we have some of the best legal minds in U.S. history that we've ever had in government right now, working on our behalf meaning women. That's what she's talking about. She's saying too that they're not only trying to hurt choice here, but they're kind of stepping on. I know what she's saying. I'm trying to put it into language. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to do that. She's saying not only are they stepping on certain choices here, but on a spiritual level, they're stepping on, or they're trying to take away our free will. And she's saying that, so on two fronts, they're trying to take a a choice away from us as people, just as American citizens, I guess, or as citizens. And then they're also stepping on a spiritual principle of free will, that we have free will to choose. So she's saying they can't win, they won't win. They may have little strides or little what looks like a victory, but they will not succeed. It's not a possibility. They can try to force it, but it's not a possibility. Okay, so that's what she's saying. So that's good. Thank you. Now the opposite of angels. How will it all end for Mad Max, for the Epstein? For him, it was suicide. What about the partner in crime? Oh, say we call her Mad Max. Yeah. And Adam's doing air quotes in the garage. You can't see him, but he's doing air quotes. Okay. So yeah, Mad Max. Okay, so I'm seeing a few different things. One is that her health is not good. For whatever reason, her health is not good right now. Somebody just said they're trying to get to her. I feel like somebody's trying to get to her to tell her not to talk, to shut her down, but they're not able to get to her for some reason. So I feel like she's being protected in a way from elements that might persuade her one way or the other. She's being kind of isolated. I just heard she has the material. She knows everything. She not only knows everything, she has proof. It's not good for anyone. By that, I feel like it means both parties may find out that we have people on, one's a little bit more than the other, but there are going to be some disappointments on Somebody just said, are you ready for it? So I think that's interesting. It almost feels like how much and how much we find out, how much we know, how much she lets out it's almost like what we're able to handle. Because it's going to be quite upsetting. It will upset not only people's views of certain people, but also their own families, their own friends, their own careers. It's just like an earthquake. So it almost feels like it's almost like the other side. This is just what it feels like. I don't know if this is exactly what's happening, but it's almost like the other side is determining how much we can handle. And that's how much will come out. That's interesting, right? You don't think of it like that, but it's gonna really be a little earth shattering. So I feel like I get maybe just on top of everything else. I don't know, but that's what I'm getting. So, oh, and how will it all end? Sorry, I didn't look at that part, but that's what was coming out for her. So as soon as I brought up her name, so. Okay, so it looks like it looks like she's going to make it to be able to testify, but it does feel like people are trying to get to her. So to me, it almost feels like a race, a race against time. They can't, to me, it feels like they can't let this drag on too long because they will get to her. That's what it feels like. So if the sooner they can get her out and get her to a trial, the more that will come out and the fast, because she'll just end up in jail. But they need to move on this. They need to not wait too long. Okay. Will the U.S. ever have a Hispanic president? Okay. I can't think of his name, and I don't want to get it wrong. He has the twin brother, and he ran for president. Who's that? Who's that, Adam? Do you know who I'm talking about? I think Adam will put it up, or if anyone can think of that. I just saw him, or his brother. I just saw him or his brother. I saw him, though, and it almost feels like vice president. It doesn't really feel like president, but it does feel like vice president. So maybe he'll be vice president and then Castro. Thank you. Vice president and then president. But so I guess the short answer is yes. I think they're just showing how it happens, but I think it could be Castro. It must be Julian. Is that okay. Yeah. Julian Castro. Okay. So it must be that brother, but that's what I'm feeling. Wouldn't it be great if one of them was president, one was vice president, and they could play wacky tricks on world leaders? That'd be hilarious. Okay. So yeah, the short answer, yeah. I saw him, so that I'm thinking it's either him but for some reason Vice came up, so we'll see. Lucy's doing good. She was just coughing. She's fine. Yes, happy birthday, Adam. Adam's birthday is tomorrow, and a happy birthday. Was somebody else having a birthday? Yeah, sorry, Adam. Happy birthday, Adam. He's going to be 21. He can finally drink. Happy birthday to us. All the birthdays. Yes. Okay. Well, Governor Newsom, keep his job. Oh my God, this is driving me crazy. Yes. Happy birthday, Adam. He deserves a happy birthday. I can't tell you what I got him for his birthday, but it's perfect. And he's very hard to buy for. I never know what to get him, but I'll tell you on our next thing, because that's still a surprise. So young stallion Adam. Okay. Well, Governor Newsom, keep his job. This is my, and I have to explain that I love Virgos. I have best friends that are Virgos, and I have, I say other boyfriends, but I've had other close friends that I've had that were Virgos, and I love Virgos. Okay. So the caveat I have to say, okay, so this is the caveat with this one. I'm in California. I don't want Governor Newsom to be recalled. And so I have to say that there's the chance that I could be biased on this. So I'm just going to say I could be biased on this, but I'm going to do my very, very best to give an accurate reading here. Okay. I just heard, okay, this is exactly how I heard it. If the votes come in, if the votes come in and the votes are counted, he has enough votes. So that's what I got. He's, and that, that kind of matches what I got before, which is that it's going to be very close. Because it feels like all these things need to happen. These things need to go right, and they need to be, people that have them, their envelopes sitting on their counter need to mail them. They need to go and vote if they didn't. If those things happen and the people that intend to vote for him, he will be fine. It does feel, though, like it's going to be kind of close. So they need to do that. So if they do that, which I am just every day, I'm just trying to pray that people remember to vote, that they are moved to go and vote. And that they're prompted to go and vote, and that they do, because that's what's going to make all the difference. Voting is it's our principle as Americans to be able to vote, but it's also a spiritual principle. So there isn't interference in this. And so it is our will, but they're saying there's enough. If they go out, if they do it, we got it. Say we, me and Newsom, we got it. California has it. Yeah. So yeah. Yes. Batman is cool. It is. Well, yeah. That's the way to get on Adam's good side, is just say Batman's cool. He's 12. Okay. Will Pete Buttigieg ever be president? Again, I saw a vice president again, but they're also saying something interesting about him, that he's very, he really likes what he's doing now, and that he's very good in those more, like, I would say bureaucratic, but kind of bureaucratic positions. He's very, it almost feels like we need more of him in there like that, because he's easy to work with, but he's very forthright about what he wants. He's very respectful of other opinions. He takes things on board. It's like he's the perfect kind of team player. Not that that's not great for president. That would be great for president, but it almost feels like that is kind of where he's best. But I do feel like he may be offered a vice president spot at some point, but again, it will be up to him. But as far as like he's meant to be president, it doesn't really feel like that, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. Again, we have free will. We have free will. Sometimes that there are certain people like Barack Obama. I feel like he was just meant to be there then, and it happened. I guess it could have gone off the rails somewhere, but things lined up, and that's what happened. There's possibilities, right? There's always different possibilities. I'm reading a possibility. So right now, it feels like he's really good at this job, and maybe he's realizing that too. I'm really good at this, and people really like him in this job. So maybe he'll feel like he needs to do more of this. But I do feel like he's going to be offered a presidential kind of spot at some point. So we'll, hopefully I think he's brilliant too. I know there are some people that are close to me, not Adam, but some people that, for whatever reason don't like him, but I'm like, there's not much to not like. I think he's brilliant. So anyway, that's what I got for him. I would love to see him as president, vice president, secretary of state. He's just great. Okay. Will people get nicer anytime soon? It's so depressing, even downright horrifying, how people on the right are behaving. School board meetings, on planes, fast food places. Yeah, let me see about that, because this is a conversation we have all the time, Adam and I, and Cassie. We've had this discussion so many times about what is happening. Okay, so 1 second. Okay. So first they're saying that this is something, there are some groups of people that for a long time in their life were so sure about certain things, and those things are being turned upside down. And so these acts of kind of rage and anger is really, it's fear of things being out of control. And so when they do this, it's like they're trying to assert or regain some kind of control, even if it's just in their grocery store, even if it's just on their airplane. It's like that. So that's what they're saying. That's where this is kind of coming from. And you think about like, I guess like global warming, the whole time you're thinking, oh, it's just a myth, this or that. And then you're seeing all of these, these incredibly crazy storms. It is getting to the point you can't deny it. So that's crazy. I always thought it was a myth, and now it's not really a myth, and it's happening. It's stuff like that, not just that, but stuff like that, that's making people feel like everything I thought is wrong. Everything I thought this, and now it's not that way. And so it's confusing me, and it's upsetting me, and it's scary. And so that's the way, yeah. Spirit Cafe, hello. So that's what's happening. Let me see where this is going. So that's interesting. They're showing a, not sure what this is, and sometimes this happens. I mean, but they're showing a person like screaming on a, if you tell me what you think about this, because they're showing me a person screaming on a roller coaster. It's almost like it needs to be expelled, or it needs to be, it's almost like people need to like get it out, express it, let it out. And it's going to come out in kind of unpleasant ways, and like ways that are kind of disturbing. I guess like the scream on a roller coaster. That's interesting, because like the scream on a roller coaster, a scream is a scream, right? On a roller coaster, it's like, oh, that's acceptable because it's on a roller coaster, but it's still a scream. And so, yeah, so, or they feel terrified. Yeah, but that's the imagery they're showing me. Fun and scary, right? Like there's getting something out of letting this out. It is almost like it's psychologically, it is helping them, and it's helping the balance in some way for it to just come out. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm getting. Isn't that interesting? So if you guys have any thoughts on that, that's what I'm getting. But it almost is like it helps the energetic balance for people to be expressing it and getting it out, even though it's disturbing. It's hard to see and hard to hear, and we don't like it, and it's doing something. Yeah, it's like, it is like a purging of some kind, but it's not. We're seeing it as bad, and they're saying, guides are saying that it's an expression, it's an outlet, it's letting it out. Anger is fear's armor. Yeah. So it's in a way, it's almost like they're letting out their fear finally, and so maybe they can kind of, there's something that goes along with that, maybe some realization or some self-reflecting or something, but that's what they're saying. So isn't that interesting? That was a good question. Really good question. These are all good questions. Okay, Adam. Will Trump ever be forced to finally shut the hell up? Indicted, imprisoned, Yes, for entertainment purposes, all yada yada. Yes, exactly. Okay. I just heard gag order. Wouldn't that be gag order for life? But I do feel like there's going to be a gag order for some. Everybody in the world is suing him right now. So apparently, there's going to be some kind of gag order with one of these lawsuits that's going to make him shut up for at least, for something for some time. So that's that. So that just came through. Okay, so 1 second. So they're showing like a fade out, and to me, it's kind of like it is almost like that. That's his exit. He will fade out. I've always felt like he would. I always felt like it would be kind of like he might pass away before he goes to prison, but I feel like as he gets more and more immersed in the legal system and it kind of pulls him in and keeps him there, that he loses his relevance, and he can't like do the rallies and stuff that he does now to kind of try and stay. But even now you can see his, I mean, yeah, they have the diehards, but you're always going to have like that, some portion that just won't let go. But you can already see his star kind of fading and people kind of backing away from him. Not the diehards and not the weirdos and not the very, very, the Republicans are right. They're in a moment of clinging right now. So they're kind of all clinging to him in a way, but you can see it slipping. You can see it starting to fade. I really do feel like with the January 6th commission and that kind of stuff, it's going to just get, I want to say it will get darker and darker, basically. And if they want to keep clinging to it, they can, but it's just going to get worse and worse. So it is kind of like a fade out. So that's what I'm feeling. I've felt that before. In the original, when I started the channel, in the original like picture that I saw, it was the fall of King Kong. So, and I feel like he's mid-fall right now. That's where he is. So that's what I'm getting. But to answer that particular question, I think he may pass away before he goes to actual prison, but I feel like that's what's going to happen. So Adam's clapping. So for entertainment purposes only. Okay. All right, Adam, will Biden run again in 2024? Someone just said that depends. This is what I'm feeling. I feel like if we're in this kind of situation where there's all these crises kind of happening everywhere, I think he may run again, because I think he feels a type of, it's that old guard, I am responsible for this and I'm going to finish it, that kind of feeling to it. But I feel like if there's lots of things kind of bearing down on the United States at once, like it kind of is now, there still is that I don't want to say like that kind of like pressure cooker kind of thing that's happening now, I think he will. Which seems weird. It seems like, oh, you get out if you could, but I feel like he will stick around. I feel like if he feels like things are like toned down, things are under control, things are okay, I think he may hand off the the presidency. So that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like, so that's why they're saying it depends, because I think it's kind of like if he feels like they're at a good place, he may hand it off and say, okay, we're past this now. Now go and take this forward. A long time ago, I saw a woman and a young man making sweeping changes, all kinds of like healthcare, all kinds of stuff. And when Biden got in, I thought, well, that's not him. So it could be like Kamala and maybe like a Pete Buttigieg or like, but that's what I saw a long, long time ago. And I was just remembering that. So maybe that has to do with how this goes, but that's what I'm getting. So the answer is, I guess it depends, but those are the circumstances in which he'd run again. Yeah. What will happen at the September 18th right-wing get together? Okay. So yeah, the question is, what will happen at the September 18th right-wing get together? That's a nice way to put it, huh? So I just heard the word misunderstanding. I'm not sure why I'm hearing that. There could be something that happens because of a misunderstanding. Not sure what that is. I'm just going to leave that there because I don't want to put too much into that. But it almost feels like there could be an incident that's like because of a misunderstanding, something is misunderstood. I'm not sure what this is, so just leave that there. I'm hearing they're ready for him. So I feel like they're ready for him. I feel like there are some people that are coming on the 18th who think we're going to kick ass, or we're going to like violent types that want to kick up some dust but they don't want to do that, because I feel like not only are they going to have people all around, but within the crowd, like they're going to infiltrate and like spies, like inside the crowd. So they don't want to do that. So I feel like there are going to be people trying to kick up some trouble, but they are ready for them. That's what I'm getting. They feel, right now they feel ready for them. So I think they feel, but I feel like it's in ways they know they're going to be able to see, but also ways they're not going to be able to see. They're being monitored in different ways that they can't see, including spies. So there you go. They will be watched. Any idea what Jason Miller was doing in Brazil? Was he there to help Bolsonaro? Who's Jason Miller? Can someone just tell me who Jason Miller is? I don't remember who that is. I was thinking Stephen Miller, but then I'm like, wait, what? Oh, part of the Trump campaign staff. Okay, so what do you guys think about this? Because I just got a a a planned effort, a concentrated effort. And I saw Tucker Carlson, and I know Tucker Carlson went to see another like dictator type, but it's coordinated. It's a coordinated effort. They're saying it's a coordinated effort. So it's part of the same thing. This Jason Miller going to Brazil and Tucker Carlson going to, where did he go? Did he go to Turkey where did he go? He went to some other place, but they're saying it's a coordinated effort. And I heard propaganda. So there's something. Tucker's dad is a lobbyist for the leader of Hungary, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's and you know, I get these things, and when I don't have like context for the whole thing, it's like if I knew it, I'm sure that it would make perfect sense, but I don't exactly know how they would be coordinated. But it feels like it's like different kinds of authoritarian like governments and some kind of coordination with them and the right wing and propaganda. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. So think about that. And you can email me what you think. But that's what I think. Okay, now Tucker went to Hungary. Okay, so yeah. So there's something going on where they're working, yeah, kind of neo-fascist. I think, yeah. It is like that. It's not conspiracy. You know, we see they're aligned, right, with how they think. Remember, Melania went to Africa, and there was a meeting at the Vatican. Is it about Bannon? Maybe Bannon. Yeah, I do feel like Bannon. I get a really like weird feeling with that guy lately. He's turned some kind of a corner. I feel like he's like, I would say he's gone to like into like evil territory, but there's something that's different about him now that I feel like he's maybe aligned with some very, very dark people or characters or something. There's something different about him. His energy, I'd just say, for lack of a better way to put it, just his energy feels darker. Yeah. I mean, not like he was a bright angel before, but it just is different. It's different now. So anyway, okay. Last question. Thank you guys so much for being so patient tonight. I really appreciate it. Desantis seems to be hitting major headwinds with COVID numbers, being an idiot, etc. What's his future look like? Okay. Well, I had said before I didn't see him getting the nomination. I don't think he will, and I think this could be why, because these, killing your own constituents is not the way to get elected and reelected. So just in case anyone wants to know. Okay, so let's see about Ron DeSantis. So I just heard Scandal, and I saw him on the cover of like a National Enquirer, that kind of thing. It must be some kind of, I've always seen that with him too. I've said that before. It's some kind of like either a sex scandal or some kind of like side scandal, kind of weird thing that I don't think we see coming. That's what I'm seeing for him. And I feel like that's it for him. You think nothing, what could they possibly do, to shock Republicans? But it's, I just feel like it could be that it's just on top of everything else. Then this scandal happens and that's it for him, because it does feel like that's it. That's the exit. Yeah, I've seen a sex scandal with him before. I know, Rachel. That's right. I did. It could be an Epstein tie. It could be, I'm thinking it might be something to do with the Matt Gaetz something, even that maybe he helped him or something. It's something like that. Like there's some kind of just tie-in or something. But it does feel like something like that more than like COVID, which you think, COVID, obviously he should just be gone for that. But I do feel like it's like something on top of that just does him in. But that's it. That's all I got. All right, guys. Well, it was a pleasure as always. And yeah, I'm going to be talking to the hosts of Spirit Cafe separately. They're going to do a show with me each, so be looking for those. I'll be talking with John and with Tamara, and I can't wait. Thank you, Lucienne, very much. Thank you, Adam. Happy birthday. Bye. He's waving to all of you. And I will say goodbye to everybody. Thank you for all the donations. They will go to, I think I'm going to send them actually all from tonight to the, there's a women's group that is helping the women in Texas right now. So I think I'm going to send it all to that. I need to get it from Nancy Jean. So I did a show with her. So if you want to go see that, you can. And then I did one on Spirit Cafe. So if you want to see that, those are both on YouTube. Okay. So I will say goodbye now, and thank you all so much. Okay, thank you. Oh, Seneca, we had a nice, a really fun reading today. So nice to see you. I know Linda, Spirit Cafe. We'll talk to you tomorrow, John. Tina C, Martha. I can't do last names. I'm just going to do first names. Thank you, Martha. Melissa. Thank you, Lucianne again. Thank you, Jessica. Butterflies are free. Thank you. Jen Breck, Nancy, Celtic Seer, Palma, Lee Stevens, Patricia, Celeste, Kate Ingram, Twina. I hope I said that right. Nicole, Jamie, Cheryl. Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks, Katie. Kelly, Scarborough. Thank you. Donna, Gentle Whisper, Jessica, Carol, Char on the harp. I love the harp. Melissa Miller, Carrie G, Bonnie, Walking on Sunshine. Ron. Oh, hi, Ron. Unconditional Love Tarot. Hello. Sandra, True, Sharon, Nicole, Laura, Freda, I hope that's right. Kendall, Sweetie Darling, Connie Brown, Dawn, Broadband, Maribel Roos, Rochelle, Ginny, Martha, Neptune's other daughter, Deborah, Kate, Ron, Cheryl again, Sweetie Darling, Deb, Pat, Gideon, where am I? Chris, A.B. Stone, Christine, MD, thank you, Valentine, Susie, Marnie, I think I'm losing my way. Maine, Chris. Oh, Sarah Jolly, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Thank you. J. Jane, Texas Girl, Deanne. Thank you, everybody. Jan Lightseer. Oh, gosh. Texas Girl and Virginia, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Chris, Martha, Steph S, Diane. We're back to Intuitive View. Sonia Torres, Diane. Any more? Okay, guys. I hope I got most people. If I didn't, thank you anyway. And there's your angel light for everybody. Oh, Lama Bryant, thank you, guys. A. Peterson, Karen. We could be here all night long. All right, guys. Well, have a good night. Have a great weekend. TGIF tomorrow. We got our on I think it was Monday. I said that there was going to be an announcement from the DOJ in a couple of days, and it came out today. And I can freak myself out when things like that happen. But my guys they're on point. Okay. All right. Love, peace, Chris, Kathleen, Allison, Connie Brown. Okay. We'll see everybody later. And thanks again. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. Okay. Take care.